So let's take a wide-legged child's pose. Bring in the knees wide on the mat. Drawing the big toes together. Setting the bottom down. And we'll come all the way down to child's. And this morning, I really want us to tap into our own intuition about what the body needs from this practice today. Try and fine-tune those skills, that intuition each time we step on the mat, so that we can meet the body where it is quicker, so we can find that and establish that connection quicker each time we do come to the practice. And so we have so many different options for our childs. You can take just an active child's pose, reaching the arms wide and long on the mat. You can take more of a gentle, supportive child's pose, maybe bringing the knees narrower and letting the shoulders shrug down. If you have blocks and want to get deep into the underarm space, bring elbows in a reverse prayer to your child's, even a half thread the needle. So take a minute to bring the chest down, to close the eyes and reflect internally. See what the body needs today, and then find an expression of your child's pose that meets your body, that accommodates those needs. So take some time, settle into your version, customize how you need, how you want. And then turn the intention and the awareness to the breath. This is the first pose of our practice, so not moving too quickly or rushing just to find the shape and hold the shape, but really attentively working our way in. So finding that connection, that familiarization with the practice, with the pose. And noticing all those maybe familiar sensations that we usually experience in our child's pose. Maybe finding something new. Maybe it's an area in the body that feels tight, maybe open. Maybe that's new for you. Maybe it feels different. Just ease your way in. Again, full of awareness, full of attention to the body, to the breath, to the shape that you're creating and the feelings, sensations you're creating. And from where you are in your child's pose, finding 3 more really deep breaths. Inviting each new breath to travel a little further, move a little deeper in towards the body. In towards those spaces that need a little bit extra attention today. then slowly we'll begin to shift to make our way out of this child's pose. From wherever you are, bringing the knees in towards alignment, lifting the hips, finding tabletop. And just neutralize through the spine, draw the tail back, crown forwards. And then slowly send the feet over to the left side. Take a big breath in. And then send the gaze over that left shoulder, looking back at the feet, opening through the right side body. Maybe even the hips shift back slightly. And then begin to come back to neutral, realign the feet. And then send the feet over to the right. Gaze comes over that right shoulder. Maybe shift back a little bit, find a side body stretch. And then back to neutral. From here we'll start to cat-cow, open the chest. Exhale. Really, really slow and sticky to begin. Walk through every vertebrae. Really sense through the movement. And then we'll come back to neutral spine. From neutral spine, let the crown of the head fall down towards the ground. Open up through the back of the neck. And then very slowly begin to just roll. Left ear to left shoulder. Crown of the head down. Right ear, right shoulder. Crown of the head down. Keep firming through the low belly. Keep reaching the tailbone back. One more. And all the way down. Lift the crown of the head, traction it forwards. Tuck the toes underneath, big breath, downward facing dog. Begin to shift the hips up and back. Take a moment, down dog. We'll be here for several breaths. Just walk out your dog, find what works for you in this downward facing dog. Beginning to explore. Pedaling through the heels, lengthening through the spine. Take a few more breaths. I'm just fixing my music, sorry. And then we'll find downward facing dog. Bend the knees in down dog. Begin to draw the hands back towards you. Press down through the heels, maybe even deepen the bend. Hang heavy. And then glide fingertips along the shins. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, pour down. Round through the spine, push into the feet. Big circle sweep, lift the hands overhead. Press into the palms, exhale the breath. We'll continue to flow. Inhale, hands to sky. Take the left hand around the right wrist. Inhale, lift up and out of the hip. Over to the left side. Inhale, release. Changing sides. Inhale. Inhale, big breath, neutral. Take the hands behind the back, interlace the fingers in the habitual way. Draw down as you open the heart, lifting the gaze. Find length through the body, openness, expansion through the chest. And then inhale. Draw the shoulders even closer together. Bend the knees, fold it forwards as you exhale. Let the head draw down heavy again. Arms don't have to be super forwards. Just find that length in and around the neck space. And then release the fingers slowly down towards the ground. Lengthen, inhale. Ardha Uttanasana. Bend the knees, bring the palms forward, find downward facing dog. Again, readjusting, tweaking your down dog as you need. On an inhale, lift that right leg to sky. And then we'll take it across the body. Right knee comes to tap the back of the left elbow. Send it back, inhale. Cross the body, exhale. Inhale. Last time, exhale, slow and steady. Inhale, bring it up and back. Low lunge, step it forwards. Right knee comes down to the ground. Keep the back toes tucked. Inhale, big breath, lift the arms. Exhale, drop the shoulders. Opening through the top of that left hip. Continue to pull this right hip back. Reach through the fingertips as you inhale. And then rain the arms down over the legs as you exhale. Push into the tips of the fingers, open the chest, big breath. Send the body back, exhale, draw the right toes towards the body. Just a pit stop here, continue to move, shift the weight. Pick up that left knee. Plant the palms firmly here, we're stepping it back, high plank. Find your high plank or your modified plank. Take a big breath. And then lower to the ground. Exhale, chaturanga. Untuck the toes. Push into the feet, baby cobra as you inhale. And then exhale, bring the chest all the way down. Slow myself down. From there, we're going to open the arms, take the hands behind the back and interlace again, still staying with that familiar interlace. Take a minute, push deeply into the top of the feet. See if you can lengthen through the legs. And then begin to draw the hands down and away from the ears at the same time. Shoulders begin to lift, shoulder blades hug, and then use the feet firm through the glutes to lengthen. And I'm not lifting the gaze, my gaze is still down, so I'm keeping that integrity at the back of the neck, that length. Two more breaths here. Push into the legs, use that connection to lift the upper body. On that next exhale, we'll soften to the ground, releasing the hands. Bring the hands underneath the shoulders, fingertips connect. Pull the inner elbow and the inner underarm towards the outer rib. And then push into the hands, find a gentle lift. Inhale. Exhale, draw the rib cage forward, flatten the palms underneath the shoulders. Tuck the toes underneath. Option here to push all the way into high plank or to modify, your choice. Hug in, begin to lift, and then find down dog, roll it back. Take a breath in down dog. And then bend the knees. Begin to walk the hands back towards the body. Forward fold. Take an inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, empty. Push into those feet, big breath in, circle sweep. Unite the palms, empty, exhale. Flowing again, inhale. This time, right hand wraps left wrist, reach up and out. Bend the knees as you exhale, reach over to the right side. One breath, one movement. Inhale, find neutral. Find the opposite connection. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach. Interlace the fingers, bring them down in front of the heart. Rotate palms forward, contract the belly, round the shoulders, bend the knees, gaze shifts to the mat. Push into those feet on an inhale. Hug the inner thighs together, reach as you lengthen. Maybe even a gentle little sprinkling of a back bend. And then exhale, fold forwards. Halfway lift, lengthen. Soften on the exhale. Find your down dog. Play shifting the weight forwards. Come back to down dog, your expression of this pose. Take a minute, pad the feet. Find some space, find a bit more length and freedom. And then when you're ready, we'll come to that second side. This doesn't have to be a big sweep of the leg. Just inhale, create some space. Cross the body, exhale. Left knee, right elbow. Inhale, breathe it back. Exhale. Smooth transition. One more time. This time we're coming to low lunge. Sweep it forward. Plant that foot, drop that right knee. Find the low belly, big breath in. Reset shoulders. Pull left hip back. Reach through the fingertips, breathe in. Rain the hands down, exhale, frame that left foot, fingertips connect. Open the heart, inhale, flow it back. Exhale, draw left toes to the body, soften the heart. Again, just a pit stop, we breathe it forwards again. Cushion the palms, pick up that right knee, step it back, high plank. Or modified, your choice. Find length from the underarm through the outer body, all the way to the heel of the feet. Take one more inhale. Exhale, chaturanga. Up dog or cobra. Down facing dog. Roll the body back, find down dog. Take a moment, reset. Shake out any tension, any tightness. And then we'll keep moving, keep breathing. Inhale, right leg lifts. This time it's right elbow, open the hip. Tap, back of the elbow, top of the knee. Inhale, two more times. Exhale, open the hip. Inhale, exhale. This time, warrior one is the transition. Step the right foot forward. Wrap that left heel. Press through the outer edge of that left foot. And then release the arms. Inhale, big breath. Wrap that left hip to the front of the mat. Draw that tailbone down. Zip up through that lower belly. Soften through the shoulders. Feel out warrior one. I feel that my right knee is set behind that right foot, so I'm going to step the left foot closer a little bit, and now I can set that right knee over the right ankle. Find that better alignment, or the pure alignment. Inhale, reach through the fingers, we're taking them behind the back. Interlace in the familiar way. Draw down and away, open the heart, squeeze the shoulder blades. Take another breath here. Humble warrior. Keep the openness in the chest. See if you can keep the length through the body. Wrap through the left foot. And then begin to surrender the heart. Right shoulder comes towards the crease of the right knee. Hug the inner thighs together. Find that midline. Hug in towards the midline. Really active in the legs here. That's what's keeping us stable. The low belly. Keeping us connected to the low body. And then begin on an inhale. Concentrate on the edge of the left foot and the arms. As you lift, let them help you lift the body. And then release the fingers. Inhale. Hands come to sky. Exhale, take the right arm underneath. Wrap the back of the shoulders. Hug the body. Hug the chest here. See if you can drop the shoulders down and away a little bit more. Slightly funky transition. Set the gaze in front of that right foot. Warrior three with the arms still connected, wrapping. Take an inhale breath. Lift that left heel as you push off. Shift the weight. Draw the left hip flexor down, elbows down to the ground. And then we're stepping it back to warrior one. Bend the right knee. Reach the left foot back. Plant the heel, lift the chest. And then release the arms. Take them overhead. Find opposite elbow, opposite arm. And then find some space in the side body. Gently begin to open the arms, soften the shoulders. Bring the hands down. Lift that left heel. Press the palms down here. Left hand connects. We're going to take a twist. Right arm lifts. And then bring that right hand down to the ground. Lift the hips to find plank pose. Step the right leg back. Coming into plank. We'll turn to the right side plank. Left hand stays down. Shift to the inner right foot, outer left foot. Open the right arm to sky. Lift through the hips. Setting that left shoulder over the left wrist. And then we'll breathe it down, coming to the second side. Flow through plank. And then right outer edge comes down, inner left edge. Left arm lifts. And then back to plank. Knees can drop. We'll take a vinyasa. Exhale, lower the chest. Abdagha Cobra, your choice. Downward facing dog. Roll the body back and down. Lift those hips, take a few breaths. Take another moment here. I'm going to flip around so I can see you guys better. On the second side. We're ready for that left leg to lift. On the next inhale, breathe it up and back. Left knee opens, left hip opens, left knee to left elbow. Swim it back, inhale. Exhale, pull it forwards. Inhale, last time. Exhale. Warrior one, we know where we're headed now. Step it forwards. Wrap that right foot. And then when you feel ready, breathe. Lift the arms. Find your warrior one. Sense through the body. Take any adjustments. Find your alignment. This time we're going to flow. Fingers can be behind the back in the non-habitual way. The inhabitual way. Inhale, reach. Take them back and down. Take a minute to come into this awkward kind of connection. And then work shoulder blades together. Ground through the tailbone comes down. Rock the hands away from the body. Lift the chest. Big breath. Hold on to that space as you find humble warrior. Dive the heart down. Continue to lengthen through the crown. Hug into that midline. Sense through the midline again. A few more breaths. Again, use the edge of that right foot. Use the lower belly and the breath. Draw the hands down as you lift the heart. Inhale. And then release the arms overhead. Big sweep. Left arm comes underneath. Wrap the body. Whew. Give yourself a big hug. Take a minute. Maybe creep the fingers into the edge of the shoulder blades just a little bit deeper. A little further. Set the gaze. No pressure. Shift. Lift the right heel. Begin to transition. Warrior three variation. Right hip wraps down. That imaginary flashlight on the top of the right hip shining on the ground now. We're coming back straight away, warrior one. Reach the right toes back. Plant the foot. Inhale, big breath. Wrap the arms around the opposite elbow. Find some space. Find some length through the edges of the sides. And then ripple the arms. Lift that back heel. Find that full runner's lunge as the right hand connects. Left arm lifts for a twist. Always a choice to drop this back knee. Bring a block into the supporting palm. Find what works for you. And then this left hand comes down, coming back to that plank pose. Lift the hips, pull the left leg back. Shift the weight, coming to plank. Side plank again, this time adding a variation. Find the edge of the right foot, inner arch of the left, right hand down. Left arm lifts. You have the choice to go ahead and just lift this left leg. Maybe for a breath, maybe for longer. And then set it back down to the ground. Rotate, come through plank, find the opposite side. Maybe lift that right leg. And then bring it down. Find plank, maybe knees lower. Chaturanga. Up dog or cobra. Inhale the breath. Downward facing dog. Exhale. Roll the body back and down. Take some breaths in downward facing dog. Deep breath. Find a child's pose. Grab a drink of water if you need. We've got about 3 more breaths here before we come to this next little piece of flow. From wherever you are, begin to find your way to downward facing dog. Take a nice big clearing breath in down dog. Inhale through the nose. Big sigh. Back through the mouth. Take the right leg up to sky. Knee to nose 1 time. Pull it forwards. Inhale, breathe it back. This time, warrior 2. Step that right foot between the hands. Wrap the left foot down. Now, draw that right hip down. We'll begin to cartwheel the arms as we lift the body, warrior 2. And again, things that happen in warrior 2, we slide and jerk this rib cage out over the supporting legs. So we want to bring it back evenly between the 2 legs. Shoulders can get really tense here, so send them back and down, as if you're pushing the palms down. Right knee over that right ankle, wrapping through the back foot. Take some more big breaths. And then we're going to find reverse triangle straight away. So rotate that right palm, reach forward, and as you begin to breathe back, pull the right knee back, lengthen the leg. Find some space through this right side. Lift up and out through the left side. We don't stay here long. We're transitioning as we flow. Extended angle. Forearm to thigh. Left arm reaches up and over. Create this long line with the left side of the body. And then we'll use 1 breath, 1 movement to flow between these 2 postures. Pull the right leg back, reverse triangle. We're just creating length and space. Exhale, maybe this time you drop down to the inner thigh, the inner ankle, maybe to a block. We'll flow 2 more times here, really steady. Last time, use all of your breath. Reach. And we'll just hold here for a moment. Find that big stretch. And then come back to warrior 2. Rotate both palms to sky, lengthen the legs, bring the arms together. Turn the right toes forward. And then we'll just shorten the steps a little bit. Turn the toes out, heels in. And we'll come down to goddess. Hands come down to the hips. Take a minute just opening through the hip, sinking that tailbone down. Notice if the knees are falling forward, maybe we're overextended, so maybe we just adjust the toes in a little bit. And traction, hips, knees over the toes, 1 straight line. When you feel ready, bring the hands to heart. We'll just settle in here. Take some deep breaths. Feel the strength in the top of the quad, that action through the back of the hamstring. And then again, the length in the side body we just created through that little flow. One more deep breath. And then open the arms. Turn the right toes out. Slowly turn the left toes in. We're taking it all the way to crescent. So pick up that left heel. Breathe the arms forward as you lift. And then aeroplane, exhale. Draw the crown forward. Big length down the back body. On an inhale, it's a big sweep forward. Left foot meets the right foot to chair, Utkatasana. Step it forward, sweep the arms forwards. And then let's fold over the legs, release the breath. Whew. Hang heavy here, forward fold. And then halfway lift, inhale. Fold forwards, exhale. Push down into the feet, circle sweep. Kiss the palms, empty as you exhale. Push down to that left leg. Come to the ball of the right foot. We're coming to Trivikasana. Open the right hip. Turning that right knee to the right side. And then when you feel stable, begin to come to your variation of tree. Either staying on the ball of the foot, finding the inner calf. Maybe gliding it up to that inner thigh. Perhaps using the hand to assist. And we're playing with the sensation of opposites, right? We talk about this a lot. A simultaneously grounding sensation through the lower leg of the supporting side. At the same time, we're pulling up and out through the hip, through the shoulder, through the crown, so that we have this sensation of opposites working together to find the length and the strength to lift the right leg and find balance. Naturally, we'll shift our weight to the left side and we want to reach over. So bring everything back again, that midline hugging in. One more breath. And then bring that knee forward. Set that right leg down. Roll the left ankle. And we'll flow down. Inhale. Option for vinyasa on the way. Option to skip, find a child's pose, or just hang in down dog. Take about 3 more breaths in down dog. Forgot my watch, so I'm glancing at the time to make sure we're good. We're good, we're good. And when you're ready, let's find that second side. Big breath in, left leg lifts. Knee to nose, just one time. Send it back, inhale. Warrior two, step it forward. Big step. Turn those right toes out. Slowly draw the hip down, open, warrior two. So this is where I'll naturally land. So then I have to pull back, lengthen and reset. Lift up and out of this left hip to find that center. Push down through palms, through the underarms. Check the left knee over that left ankle. Really strong. And then rotate left palm to sky, reverse triangle. Bring that left knee back, hug the inner thigh, utilize that inner thigh. Find your resistance, lift up, and then over. Big stretch now, but we're still mindful of this back, right side. Extended angle. Shift the weight forward, connect forearm to thigh, sweep the right arm. And as you do, feel a gentle internal rotation. Pinky finger here is wrapping down. My first finger is pointing up. That's the end of this length. And then just like the first side, we'll flow backwards and forwards. One breath, one movement. Inhale. Adding your variation, your customization. If you want to drop the left hand down to a block, if you want to take the right hand behind the spine. Maybe you find a bind and you just hang out there, your choice. We'll hold here. Just linger in our extended angle for a few breaths. And then coming back, warrior two. Rotate both palms to sky. Lengthen the leg, bring the hands together. Turn the toes forwards, long side on the mat. This time we're going to keep big toes pointing in, heels just gently stretching outwards. And as we do that, we feel this stretch through the outer glute and the top of the thigh and the hip flexor. Let's bring the hands down towards the hips. We'll come to a wide-legged forward fold. But first, find length in the body. So push down, inhale, reach, reach, reach. And then send the hips back. And you can literally use your hands to push the front of the hip back. Hold that strength, that length. So you fold, and then bend when you find the edge, folding all the way down over the legs. If it feels good, you can come to the tips of the fingers, maybe inhale to a halfway lift, and then refold. Maybe it feels good just to hang here. Again, see what works for you. No definitive answer. No right or wrong, just listening to the body. Maybe even this is the point in your practice you want to just walk in an inversion. Maybe a skandasana, slinking the hips. I have about 30 more seconds, so play with this space however you choose. We'll slowly begin to come to the fingertips, lifting the chest. Let's go ahead and bend the knees. Bring the hands to the hip creases. Press up to standing. Slowly, slowly. We don't want to get a head rush. Or maybe we do. Bring the hands together. Turn those left toes out. This time we're going to transition all the way to crescent lunge. So find crescent lunge. Pull the left hip back, right hip forwards. And then breathe the arms. Inhale. Aeroplane, sweep them back. Hug the outer rib. Draw that crown forward. Hug up, in and up off the top of that left thigh. And then we're coming to chair pose. One movement with the arms and the right leg. Inhale. And then step it forward. Sweep the arms back into chair. Maybe this time we take our chair on the balls of the feet. Maybe this time we sink the hip a little lower. Draw the shoulders down. Keep space around the neck. One more big breath. And then fold it on an exhale. Heels release. Chest, head, neck, heart fold over the legs. Halfway lift. Inhale. Exhale. Push into the feet, circle sweep. Unite the palms, samastiti to he. Empty. Second side, tree pose, Vakasana. Take your time. We're lifting that left leg. Right leg roots down. That same sense of those opposites, grounding, lengthening, lifting. Find the ball of the left foot. Start with the hip rotation. Turn that leg out. Find the drishti, that focal point. And then begin to play. And be mindful, we want to avoid the knee. So we don't want to bring the foot to the arch, or the inner side of the knee. The knee doesn't like to move this way, or this way really, but we just don't want to ever put pressure or weight there. So find the ball, the inner ankle, the ball of the foot, inner ankle, inner calf, or I just can't get my leg up here without using my hand, and that's okay. I just use my hand, scoop it up, bring it there. If you'd like to open the arms to your fullest expression, please do so. Otherwise, hands on hips, hands out, hands at heart, great options. A few more full rounds of breath, breathing deeply. And then see if you can hold on to that control as you come out. Bring that knee forwards. You can even use the hands and then send the leg down. Nice work. Roll the supporting ankle, shake the legs out. Coming to the top of the mat. Back to Tadasana as we come down to the ground. Again, add in up level, down level as you like. Big breath. Fold over. Halfway lift. You can throw in a vinyasa here. You can step it back, hop it back. Find a down dog, find a child. Take your time. From where you are, we'll come to pigeon. So if you know pigeon is not going to work for you, make your way to a figure four, seated, reclined against a wall. And we'll lift the right leg. We'll bring that right knee behind the right wrist. We're as close to it as we can. Set the shin down, wiggle the left toe back. And use this left toe. I like to go boop, boop, and just kind of use it to work the left leg back so I can get deeper into this hip. And then I'll set my chest down, or I'll reach for a block, a blanket, a bolster. I'm just getting into this right glute, the right hip. And this may feel a little sticky after the weekend, depending on if you did any other kind of exercise, maybe you took a break. This area just does so much day to day. It's one of those sticky spots that needs a lot of attention and consistent attention. So take a few deep breaths. Pigeon for me is really one of those in postures that's kind of a mind over matter. It feels so good but so uncomfortable and not good at the same time. And I really have a hard time being still when I pigeon. I want to move, I want to fidget, but I really have to connect to my breath in the shape and let my breath just kind of surrender, soften the body, and let the breath kind of quiet those fidgets, those wiggles, suppress them down a bit so that I can really let the true value of this shape kind of come up, rise up, work its magic. And take 3 more breaths. And then start to put some pressure into the palms as you walk the hands towards the body. Roll onto this right hip. Sweep the left leg all the way forwards, and then draw the right foot to the inner left thigh. From there, we'll slowly begin to reach up and out through the crown, find some length, and begin to turn the chest towards that left leg. Reach the right arm up, and we're going to reach across, and as we do, we're rotating internally with this right hand and reaching either to the outer calf, or maybe, if we can, the outer foot, the outer left, or the outer edge of the left foot, that's what I'm trying to say. Again, it can be the outer calf, and that just helps us elongate the chest directly over this left leg. See if you can continue to open this right hip as you draw down. Doesn't need to be a big stretch. Be mindful of the left knee, don't hyperextend, maybe just a little bend. And then slowly release. Come back to an upright space. Bring the right hand to the right knee crease. Take this right leg over the left if it feels okay. Work the sits bones down. Sweep the left arm around and across. Right hand behind the sacrum. Inhale, find that space, that length. Exhale, take the twist. And then gently release. Release this right leg long. Just give the legs a shake. And then we're coming back to pigeon on the left. If you find figure four, you can make your way there. Otherwise, let's cross the ankles. If you're coming to pigeon, step it back to down dog. I'll switch to the second side. Walk the legs out. Reach the chest down. And then left leg lifts. Bring that left knee behind the left wrist. And then inching your way back. Working the chest down. Finding that sweet spot, that edge. So you wrap the right hip down. Coming back to the breath. The body, if you're like me and your body wants to wiggle, wants to fidget too, just try and find some peace. Try and center yourself. Try and really submerge yourself in the breath. Surrender to the shape. Surrender to the breath and the experience, the feelings, the reactions. Last few breaths. Hang in there. the weight in the palms as you begin to shift, walking the hands back towards the body, lifting the chest. Roll onto the left hip. Sweep the right leg around. Open that left knee, left foot to the inner right thigh. Work the sits bones. Find the length. Begin to turn the chest towards the right leg. This time the left arm reaches. And then tractions across. Maybe it lands in the outer calf, the outer ankle. Maybe it reaches, connects with the right edge of the right foot. And then just fold. Slowly release, roll all the way up. Bring the left hand to the left outer leg. Bring it in and then take it across the body if it feels okay. Readjust those sits bones. Wrap right arm around the top of the left leg, left hand behind, big breath. And then final twist. As we unwind, slowly coming back to neutral, we'll start to make our way down to the mat for Shavasana. Take the legs long, wiggle the legs, maybe windshield wiper. If you'd like to reach for any props, a blanket, eye pillow, maybe a cardigan or socks. Shifting, adjusting the music, maybe turning the music off. We'll come all the way down, just bend the knees. Bring the feet to the ground. We'll just sway the legs side to side to neutralize that spine. Allow it to lay long on the mat. And then maybe take a full body stretch, lengthen the legs, point through the toes. Reach the hands overhead, reach through the fingers, arch the spine, take a deep breath. The biggest breath all day. And then exhale. Let the body ease its way into Shavasana. Let the feet open to the right and the left. Let the hips roll open. Keep the heart open. Let the back body sink heavily into the space beneath. Allow the breath to flow easy. Let the mind rest. For the next few moments, just simply being. An energetic being in space. Consciously aware and connected to everything around it. start to deepen the breath. Welcoming each new breath, inviting each new breath to linger a little longer than the one before. We'll slowly begin our transition back into the day. Again, coming back to that intuition that we tapped into at the start of class. Intuitively listening to the body and seeing the best way to bring the body out of Shavasana. Maybe it's through deep breath, maybe it's through movement, maybe it's finding the right side or the left side and resting for a moment. And then when you feel ready, guiding the body all the way into seated space. Finding that really long spine, nice seated space, shoulders down, body relaxed, breath relaxed. And we'll end with a united breath. Inhale, reach the arms overhead. Join the palms together, sigh the breath through the mouth. Thank you for sharing this practice with me. Thank you for starting your week, your day with me. I hope this practice just found a little bit more space in the body, allowed you to find a little bit more depth in the breath, freedom in the movement, with love, with light, with gratitude. Namaste.